right, welcome to the NAWBO Spotlight. Today we have Janet Tingwald. We're so excited to see you today.
I'm excited to be here.
I'm excited for you to share about your business and what you're doing because it's very interesting and exciting work.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm excited to share about it also. And I feel like in some ways, this is a bit of a launch and just kind of like full transparency. It makes me a bit nervous for lots of different reasons that we don't have time to go into today. Um, but I have for several months felt the urge to shift my business from including single women looking for love to branching it out, because honestly I am working with a lot of different women on a lot of different reasons. But it all comes back to how they lead their life, how they lead, and how do you want to lead your life? And so it's the name is Leading in Love, and it's about healing relationships with yourself, healing your relationships with women, healing your relationships with men, which is badly, badly needed. And we've talked about that before. So it's really focusing on, it will still be about finding love. And it could be because you're single. It can be because you don't love yourself. It can be finding your passion. I work with one woman that's married, and hers is all about handling the overwhelm in her life. I have another client that's going through a divorce. I have one that's single. I have one that's just general. But it all comes down to these practices that was introduced to about 2 years ago. That is the art of feminine presence, which is really about women getting in touch with their authentic feminine power, which we all have, and what it really means to be feminine and powerful, which is so much easier way for women to live, women to lead their lives with. So what that really means and how to really tap into that confidence of knowing what's next for you. And also at the same time, kind of where I feel I'm living is knowing that there's something that you're going towards, but being in that place of not knowing yet, not knowing the whole thing, but willing to be able to say, okay, this is how much I know today. Let's try this. But from a different place. So is any of this making sense, resonating?
Oh yes, all of it. And I love that. I love the leading with love. I truly do. I love the brand name change, because you just encompass so much. Truly, you do. You encompass so much. So branching out and working with different individuals is, I think, what God intended for you to do. That is for sure.
Thank you. Thank
Truly
you.
do. I truly do.
I'm seeing more, I don't know if you guys, this is a little divergent, but I don't know if you're seeing this in the marketing world, but a little bit more about not having to be so gnat's eye specific, and to be a little more resonance. And I think that's a word. And, the truth is I've been coaching for almost 21 years, and I've taken, I don't even know how many, I've lost count of how many certifications I've taken, and all the experience of coaching other people and my own life experience. It's really hard to say, I'm only going to work with these people, with these women. And I also love working with men, but I really believe that women are uniquely positioned right now in history to lead. And in three big factors: financially, educationally, and in the workforce, we've taken the lead. We're ahead of those three things. So although the numbers may not be showing right now, you know what I mean? As far as, but the impact of what that result's going to be in 10 to 20 years is huge. So really being mindful of what we want to create. And if we keep going at it, creating our future from a male model, from a male energy, I should say, things won't change. And we need to, and the truth is also, we need to bring our male counterparts along with us. And what I have seen in the last years or more is that when a woman really steps into her powerful feminine and know what it means to lead with love in love, it creates a space for men to step forward in a healthy way. And they automatically change. They just automatically change. So that's really, to me, is our role, and really one of the biggest impacts I want to have is how we create partnership and stop the divide, not just politically, but stop the divide between men and women. That doesn't mean you put up with crap, that, you know, it doesn't mean that you don't have boundaries or any of those other things. It just means that you have some compassion for men, because we typically don't. Everything else but men. I'm moving into 2 new programs, which is going to be becoming an opulent woman. And what that really means to be an opulent woman with living an opulent life, which is really about being rich with gratitude and wealthy with love in your life. It's your attitude of opulence and being luxurious, but luxurious can be expensive if you can afford, if you have that income. But luxurious can mean a nice pair of socks or a nice throw or a bubble bath. You know, it's what makes you feel that way, not the price tag of it, right? So it's an attitude. And then shifting more to ready to find Mr. Right, because that which comes from men are attracted to our light. And so many women are walking around with their light off and aren't even aware of it. And men can't find them.
When people really tap in and learn to love themselves and do all the things that you're talking about teaching them to do, they will naturally attract someone to them. So
yes, yes, and yes, and the thing, if I could do the and, Wendy, of what I see with a lot of women with the current beliefs that have been out there for 50 years of what that means to love yourself, doesn't work, because they are not tuned into relationship FM. They're tuned into me FM. They're tuned into independence FM. They're not tuned into interdependence, relationship FM. If you think of a radio, their energy is not focused that way. So it has to evolve to a step further.
yeah. Ooh.
Make sense? Yeah, it's time to move out of I and into we, and into we in a healthy way, and what that really means.
Yeah, because even if you choose, maybe you choose not to have a, intimate relationship with someone, but you still have to have relationships with people at work and all
Yes,
kinds of
and I've
places.
seen 180s at work from men that were they had a very contentious relationship, to working with them and these some of these practices, and there's some skills to it also, that the man ended up opening doors for them and helping them. And so when what so many women get is we have so much more power than we know, and when we shift, men react and shift.
And no more of this us versus them thing. That doesn't work either.
No.
Mm-mm.
No.
So
Yeah.
Janet, what brought you to NAWBO?
Oh, what brought me to NAWBO was actually like 17 years ago. Was my first stint into NAWBO, and her name is Dawn Lull, and I met her at a chamber event. I was new to Des Moines, and so she introduced me to NAWBO, and seemed like a fun group of women and other business owners, and so I got involved. And a couple of, I don't know, 2 or 3 years later, I was president for a couple of years, and that was when we really changed the whole structure of it. They used to meet quarterly. And that was when we got a board, formed committees, did monthly meetings, did a website for the first time. All of those things shifted. And then I took a break for about 10 years. And just it just felt like the right time to come back. So I'm really enjoying being back and in that flow and in that energy again. Of it's a cool group. Great group of women.
Well, we're happy that you came back.
Thank
That's
you.
for sure.
Yes.
Because
Thank
your
you.
energy is amazing. Absolutely amazing.
Thanks. I did a presentation a year and a half ago.
And it was sold
on
out.
this topic.
Yeah, and it was
Yeah.
sold out.
So
Yes.
we need it again.
Yes, we do. Yeah, we should actually just probably put Janet down 2 or 3 times throughout the year to talk about something.
Yeah, and, you know, and the other benefit of this is that there's less, when you learn these practices, it's not just the relationships with men, but you quit struggling and there's more ease and flow to your life. And you learn to work with a different energy that isn't as taxing on your body, because working with that drive isn't sustainable for women. It just isn't. It's not sustainable in our bodies. So it's I'm having more fun than I ever have, and things are going better than they ever have. So I also want to give that to women, that you know, if we're going to lead, let's make it different. Let's have more fun.
For sure. Yeah, because that constant stress leads that affects our hormones, and God, we
Well,
don't need
it
any help
does.
with that.
Yes.
Yes. And
Oh,
being really focused and driving, like being in hunter mode, takes a lot of testosterone. And men have 20 to 30 times the amount that we do. So it's not sustainable for our bodies the way it is for them.
Yeah.
So we got to quit trying to do it like men,
Yeah.
or be the best man, and learn to be powerful women and really come from what is our authentic energy and power center, which has been kind of forgotten. And I mean, I didn't even know existed until a few years ago, or I thought it was kind of woo-woo stuff. And what I've been really seeing with myself and my clients in the last year is like, wow, this stuff really kind of works. I should do it more. I'm going to go do that meditation. I'm going to go do that exercise.
Oh my
I love it.
gosh.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, Janet, for coming on. It's always a pleasure to get to see you.
Yeah, well, thanks for the space to talk about this and to step out into the new. And yeah, I look forward to being involved more in NAWBO, and hopefully we're going to get back together
Yes,
in some in-person events soon. And
definitely.
I think this is a wonderful, wonderful thing that you guys are doing, as far as spotlights and getting to know people and connecting. And yeah.
Thank you. We're
Yeah.
having fun.
Yeah.
Why
Great.
do it if there isn't some fun involved?
Exactly.
I agree.
All right. Thanks so much.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.